Hello, I'm reviewing my second Farnham beer that is unexpectedly in the area. Farnham is a small brewery in Vermont. They originally were Canadian and then they opened a brewery in Burlington, Vermont that's been available in Vermont for a while, but for some reason a few places on the South Shore of Boston got some Farnham and it's at a reasonable price. So this is their Northern Summit Double IPA, which they haven't been making for very long. I believe it is like a version of their number 52 beer. I think they've been like doing all these numbered beers since they've opened their new brewery and testing out recipes, and they've decided to make their number 52 double IPA, whatever it's called, into this Northern Summit. So the 52 had Galaxy, Ella, and Citra hops, I think, in it. So it makes me think that they have those same hops in here or some similar hopping situation. It's 8% alcohol. It was canned on January 17th, so that makes it about 3.5 weeks old. And I enjoyed their IPA called Hazy Camper, so I thought I would grab some of these. And I am a little worried. I may have frozen this when I put it in the freezer to chill. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like when you freeze a beer. The head gets all weird. See how it's like big bubbles on top? But it was right on the edge of getting frozen. Wow. But then there's a nice head underneath. I think it should settle and look okay. So yeah, the Farnham beers I've noticed aren't crazy super hazy. You can still see through them a little bit, but they pack a good amount of body and fruit flavor and juiciness. Yeah, even at ice cold temperatures, I'm getting lots and lots of tropical notes in this aroma. Yeah, that smells pretty good. Now, the Galaxy isn't coming out as too green and in your face. It's definitely big on the Citra. Lots of like marshmallow, almost coconut, cotton candy, really sweet pineapple, generic tropical flavors happening. Yeah, it smells very nice. It smells like it's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm not getting any green notes. I mean, it is almost, freezing cold, so maybe I'll get some other danker notes later, but right now it's all sweet tropical fruit and candy. I feel like there's a little bit of booziness in the flavor. Then it kind of fades away. Not very bitter at all. It continues with basically the same flavors. It doesn't get more bitter. Maybe there's a little bit of a spice in there. Being so cold, it's a little bit hard to figure it out. Yeah, there's some bitterness that comes in. Definitely. And a little bit of a woodsy, spicy sort of thing. Not green, but just like a little bit woody, I guess. Not quite cedar. Yeah, there's some hints of more old-fashioned double IPA in there, except for the fact that it's really low bitterness and doesn't have that dankness or anything. And as I swirl it, the head comes back in pretty nicely. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, once it's warmed up a little bit, maybe there's some dank green qualities in there. Yeah, that's why you don't want to use a frosted glass or like get a really literally ice cold beer, because then you won't be able to smell a lot of it. It's really clean. Their yeast isn't doing weird Belgian yeast things. It is helping to push everything to the super candied area, but it's not quite bubblegum. It's not really phenolic. I'm not getting like weird clove notes or anything. It's not like a Hefeweizen. Yes, the mouthfeel is kind of silky. It's nice, but it's not really full. It doesn't have that, murky, grainy really thick feel. It's a little bit soft. And some bitterness is showing up. It does say on the side of the can here, 45 IBUs, which for a New England style double IPA, that's a good amount, because a lot of these brewers don't even think they have any measurable bitterness in their hazy beers. And there's probably a little bit of haze on the bottom of the can, but not much. I actually like that mouthfeel, and it's not really boozy. I think it's just having that first sip of a 8% beer, you're gonna notice some booze, but it's really nice. It's not very grassy like their IPA was. I kind of like the grassy notes in their IPA. It could be just that it's way too cold, and I'm missing some qualities of it, but it's got this nice soapy head there. That's definitely a part because of the temperature, but it still has a pretty good looking head considering. So I would recommend this one, especially because I got it for only $13.50 a 4-pack, which for this style of beer is a bargain. And it has a little bit, the finish gives me a little texture on my tongue. It's not chalky, but it's just kind of grippy is the term I would use. It almost feels like I'm licking like a rubberized grip in my mouth. It's a really weird description, but it's a very nice beer, and it has all the tropical candy notes that you might want in one of these beers, but it's not too sweet. It's not ultra juicy and dank, which a lot of people, that's what they want in their double IPAs. But it has a lot of other notes that are really nice, and it finishes super clean with a little bit of spice. I'm definitely happy I made this purchase. It's almost seems like it's a little bit closer to like Alchemist beers, just a little bit, honestly, which is funny because I thought that their single IPA was kind of like Hill Farmstead a bit, but in the fact that it's not super hazy and it has all these really sweet candied fruity notes, but I guess Alchemist is usually a little bit more dank than this, but this is pretty comparable to like a heady topper style in a way. So if you like that, highly recommend this stuff. They're giving it a Vermont edge for sure at Farnham. And don't drink it as cold as I did. So yeah, 4+ for this one, maybe a 4.25. I'll have to finish it and get some sips of this when it's not freezing.